somehow, some way, the Michigan Republican Party has become even more incompetent. Yep. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and today it is time we talk about the chaos that is unfolding within the Michigan Republican Party. Yep, we are talking about Michigan once again, and I thought we were done making these videos on the statewide party, because when you thought, I didn't think that it was going to get any worse than it was going to get. I thought last week we finally reached rock bottom as the party threw out the chairwoman, Kristina Karamo, in a vote, and I thought, okay, it's over. It's done. She's gone. We can move forward. No. Nope. We can't have nice things. Last week was not rock bottom for this party. Especially today might have been the most pathetic thing I've ever seen from one of these quote-unquote Republican parties. But first, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Now, let me be clear about all of this. These videos are not personal attacks against Kristina Karamo. They're not. However, that doesn't excuse her from the fact this might have been the most incompetent chairwoman we have ever seen for any party. Yes, worse than Ronna McDaniel. That's how bad we're talking about. At least with Ronna, she can fundraise. Not her. So let's just get into it. Again, I do not levy personal attacks against anyone. This is not a personal attack. It's not. This is just showing you guys what's happening to arguably one of the most critical statewide parties of this year. Because not only do we get the presidential race this year, obviously, which Trump could win the state of Michigan, you have a potential pickup in the Senate. You have a legislator that should be won easy. And there's 2 to 3 House races that could help decide who wins the majority this year. So let's just get into it, all right? To give some context, before we get into what happened today, just a little bit of context for those that don't know. Rebellion in the Michigan Republican Party has been brewing for months against party chairwoman Kristina Karamo, who has faced significant financial struggles, physical altercations at party meetings last year, and fights over control of county parties and who actually owns the state GOP HQ. It culminated in a vote to oust her over the weekend. In an interview with Politico, Karamo refused to recognize the vote, saying it was an illegitimate meeting and asserting that she is still the chair. Listen, if you really gave a crap about the Michigan Republican Party and this wasn't about you, you would be resigning months ago. You would have. You would have resigned last weekend when the vote happened. Before. Because I don't care that, oh, they didn't have all 100 people or whatever. They had I believe it was 50 people show up, and it was 48 out of the 50 voted against you. That is strong division against you. And if you you think, you know what, for the better of the party, I may disagree with the vote, I'm going to step down. But instead, no, she made it about herself and decided, nah, screw them, I'm not going to resign. And she's using this crap of, it was rigged, it was illegitimate. I'm reaching my breaking point with some of these people. Just because 2020 had some weird stuff, you could talk about 2020 as whatever for the election. Just because that happened, Again, you can have your opinions on it. I don't care. That doesn't mean every single thing is fake, illegitimate, stolen. It's not. Reminder, Kristina Karamo last year, I think she lost by 15 points for Secretary of State. She refused to accept the results. That's who we're dealing with here. And now she's saying, this is illegitimate. Just because you claim to be MAGA, which I'll get into in a minute, that doesn't mean you could just do what Trump did in 2020 when he had arguably a very good argument, which we're not going to get into. You're not doing it for the greater good. You're not. You're doing it for yourself. We just hit rock bottom on chaos, said Dan Wilham, a local Republican congressional district chair who was part of the group that voted to remove her. A reminder, she was blown out in the midterms and refused to concede her loss, but parlayed that defeat to a campaign for state party chair. She wanted a contentious vote, rallying against a party establishment and riding a wave of grassroots activism to defeat a field that included a Trump-backed candidate, who was Matt DePerno. DePerno would have been a great chair. He brought unique ideas that would have actually done good. But instead, the party went with the quote-unquote MAGA candidate. Mind you, DePerno was endorsed by Trump. They went with Karamo, who the only thing MAGA about her is election integrity. That's the only thing she's known for. That's it. What else is she known for? DePerno, at least, yeah, he had some election stuff that, again, according to some of these people, he should have lost by 30. He did the best of the ticket. He actually brought something different to the table. He was going to try to make the Michigan Republican Party better. All she did was election integrity, that's it. And run on fighting the establishment. The party's been beset by infighting and chaos since. And we're not talking about just the establishment's secretly planning to coup her. No. Some of the main people looking to remove her from the chair position were some of the most MAGA America First people in the statewide committee. They led the push because they realized we effed up. She's not doing this for the movement. She's not doing this for the party. She's essentially doing it for herself. I mean, look at this. Many of the key players looking to dump Karamo now were close allies when she was first elected to the post less than a year ago, but have become frustrated with the party's poor fundraising and a laundry list of controversies. And these are the people that are actually MAGA and America First. And I wanted to bring this up about why I'm saying she's not really MAGA. A real America First MAGA candidate, whatever you want to call them, they don't just run on election integrity and call it a day. They don't just, do that and, oh, we're done. Election integrity, 2020, 2020, 2020. They run on different stuff. There's so many stuff that's considered America First. Securing the border, fixing our schools, fair trade, all of that. But then you get some schizophrenic boomers. Like I'm going to say that I don't care. Because that's why things happening here. Who think everything's fake, there's always a conspiracy involved. They're quote-unquote MAGA because of one issue. And that's like 0.1% of the party, but it seems like in recent years, especially Michigan, they've been taking over the statewide party and not evolving it towards MAGA. They're evolving it towards just election integrity, election integrity, election integrity. And that's all they do. All they claim to do. But that's not why I'm making this video. That's a little bit of context. This was some of the context. And I'm just sick of these people claiming to be MAGA, put a bad rep in some people's minds about what MAGA is. Because, let's face it, when people think of MAGA or America First, they think, oh, those are the election nut jobs. I think everything's fake. That's not what America First is. It's about putting the American people first. It's not about election integrity. Yes, that could be a part of the platform, maybe. But that's not what it is. All right. So this is what's been happening for the past couple of weeks. But what happened today? Oh boy. In a series of incompetent tweets. Who, mind you, Christina Caramo and her people still own the social media platform, all the social media accounts. They own the website, the digital stuff, everything like that. They still control. And it's essentially just Caramo BSing everyone. Like this one here. The Michigan Republican Party State Committee found this January 6th gathering removed Chairwoman Caramo invalid. Oh, they're invalid now. And funny enough, they actually released a letter that actually detailed why this was legal, why this was, this actually was legitimate, and why it was actually in effect. Again, essentially there's a bunch of bylaws and a bunch of rules that these statewide parties have to go through, and they went through every single one to a T. But suddenly, oh, that doesn't matter. And then you look at this. The state committee has almost unanimously voted 59-1 to reaffirm Caramo as the chairwoman of the Michigan Republican Party. When, funny enough, this isn't the entire statewide committee. This is part of it. And people looked into it. This was a secret last-second meeting call by Caramo and her people to try and take back the party, quote-unquote, from the establishment. What does it sound like to you? It's conspiracy schizophrenia to the extreme. I mean, imagine this. Isn't this what you're fighting against? But you held a backroom meeting with your hacks to reinstate you as the party chair. But that was the thing that made me make this video. This. By a vote of 95% of present members, the state committee has officially removed Melinda Pego as vice chair and banned her from being affiliated with the Michigan GOP for 5 years. From everything I know of, this was the most egregious thing I have ever heard. And she's not part of the establishment. She is one of those grassroots people that realized, oh crap, we made a mistake. This lady's in it for herself. And try to get rid of her, but they got rid of her for pettiness, not for the greater good. They got rid of her because she was seen as a threat, and she was seen as the legitimate chair. According to the people that removed Caramo last week, they said, the vice chair, she's in charge now, at least temporarily. What does all this crap sound like to you? Isn't this the same stuff that we complained about 2020? All these backroom deals, all these mysterious secret ballots that nobody's heard of and then nobody talks about to the last second? I thought there's supposed to be transparency involved. You know what this is really about? Not for the greater good. This is for Caramo's ego. I don't know if it's schizophrenia. I don't know if it's her being incompetent. I don't know. But how can anyone look at this and think to themselves, yes, this is very normal. This is not a personal attack. Again, when I say schizophrenia, I'm kind of, being sarcastic. Like, no, I don't think I don't think these people are schizophrenic. But they're acting like it. They're acting like, oh my gosh, there's a secret conspiracy by the establishment, when it's the people they supported 5 minutes ago as the grassroots of the party, they're suddenly banning now. I am hoping that the RNC intervenes, or even Trump gets involved and tell these people, stop it. Caramo is gone. You're destroying the party right before, arguably, the most important election of our lives. And I'm going to say this. Unless the people that, like Pego, again, I hope I'm saying that correctly, and the people that led this rightful removal of Caramo are put in charge, or at least take back the party, do not give a dime to these people. Where's the money going? That's another thing where it's like, wait a minute, this money's just disappearing. It's getting paid to actors for $150,000 just to speak for 5 minutes? Wait a minute, What's going on here? But either way, folks, I'm hoping this is the final time I have to talk about this party. And I hate talking about it. I wish that Caramel wasn't acting like this. But her and her people have. And I don't care that claiming MAGA. They're not in my book. MAGA would not be doing this. They would not be putting themselves above the party. When 48 out of 50 of the party members at a legal meeting voted to remove you, and that's the rule, you're done. Don't try to do the same crap you allege the establishment secretly does. Either way, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.